And we're live.
I feel like I should be doing some like Ronald Reagan fireside chat kind of thing here with the new setup.
Yeah,
That's what, like, I'm still looking over there, and I'm like, I don't see a countdown anymore.
Yep.
It's all over here.
I need one more monitor cable.
That is Inception-y.
Yes, I know. We get infinite.
I'm pointing at myself.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Weird.
Yeah, so I still have to figure out. So this would be nice to be able to bring up stuff behind us and whatever, and not have to have it be windows and guests and things. Would be fun. So we'll see. We'll see how it's going. But happy 2026, and yeah, happy. Well, not so happy.
It's a bit optimistic.
Yeah, started pretty bad.
2026 has occurred. There has been a new year.
Yeah, the 20s. I don't know what we're gonna in the future. No one's gonna look fondly back at this decade.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Will there be people to look back at this decade?
Well, yeah, if there
knows,
are.
right?
When they find the wreckage of our world, they will look at this decade. So how's it going? Any progress with Blackout or anything going on?
Well, I've been holding off. Okay. I'm not to spoil the unboxing.
Mm-hmm.
I did open stuff to make sure everything was there. Because I figured it would be a pretty crappy unboxing if you open thing up and going to be like, that's not what I ordered, or that's a mistake, right? I did have a bit of a scare where, okay, I specifically got cast resin as one forced and one-piece resin as another to kind of compare.
Oh, okay.
And I had a bit of a scare when I opened up the cast resin because something had popped off a sprue, and there was a solid like 5 minutes until I found it. And I'm like, oh man, this is going to suck, especially given the shipping time and price. I was going to be like, am I going to have to like complain just for like one arm? But no, it had like wedged itself underneath, so everything's fine there.
Cool. So this is actual resin, so it's not 3D printed or anything?
The one piece is 3D printed.
Oh, it is? Oh, so the one pieces are.
The one piece is 3D printed, and the cast resin is that spun stuff, right?
Right.
So anyway, I've held off on kind of doing anything big with the MDF terrain and the tokens and the two forces. I did get a free kind of like no stats attached kind of miniature, and I've been painting that.
Oh, cool.
And my new phone goes up to like 8 times magnification.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you, like if you're used to painting like 2mm stuff, like that's good enough, whatever. Don't zoom in past like 2 times magnification. So I'm like, I can see every fucking brush stroke. Right. So I've been working on that, but I got to figure out a time to actually do like a on-channel unboxing.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, let's definitely do that. That'd be good.
And rather than wait until everything's painted, I do want to try and get some like test games in with just gray for now.
Sure.
stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Looking forward to that. I'm really curious about
me too.
How that plays.
It's supposed to be extremely lethal and highly tactical, so I'm expecting you to wipe the floor with me.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of Infinity practice, so it's weird how different a mindset it is. Like the hyper tactical, like I can see 10% of you, so I'm taking a shot, and that kind of stuff, and reaction rolls too. That makes a huge difference. So we'll see. Yeah, so holidays were a bit of a bonanza RPG wise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I got the epic box of Talislanta.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a look at that. That went on the list as on the Patreon poll as something that we could be playing in the future.
Nice.
And I also got a copy of that Marvel Multiverse book.
I almost said 666, but that's not it.
Yeah, the 616 dice system. Yeah. The and it builds in to kind of scale the heroes. It almost builds in kind of a THAC0 system. It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. People have said good things about the system, so I was really curious about it. And to play that like really, and then there's also the Outgun Superheroes is coming. We'll have the Marvel one, and then we've got Longshot City, basically Troika. Yeah, Troika's superheroes. So I'd like to do a couple of one-shots of like different hero games and say what plays most like superheroes. And there's even things like villains and vigilantes and champions and the old school stuff too.
I know it's not 5e, but why not?
To try. But so there's been some fun stuff is coming up for the channel. Nice. Some nice books. And I've been doing a bunch of Trudvang stuff. So reading that, so finally got some good use out of all of those volumes of Trudvang, because it's not never got played. It's not very playable, but it's got great setting. It's got great playable. Great settings.
Not what you want to hear in an RPG, right?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to do for a live stream, because the live stream seemed to be doing better than anything I edit and post. So I'm just going to do some more live streams. But
no editing.
Do a no problem. Do a 5e, like, so there's a port of True Adventure for 5e. So do a 5e character creation and then their original system character creation and see like, you know, how difficult they made it. And also I think in the 5e version there's going to be clues about what Dragonbane might do with, you know, taking that the magic system and the different because each of the dwarves and elves has a huge variety of like sub races, like sub varieties of the kin, because they all kind of like, you know, were created and then they went on their way and became more bitter and angry. So you're
talking about the elves, right?
Yeah, the elves and the dwarves, they didn't do that well either. They got into some dark nastiness, but but the setting is great. I'm really enjoying going deep into this setting.
Yeah, cool.
But so it's good to see everybody in the chat.
It's good to. Oh, you're there. Yeah.
Hey. Yes, I'm here and here and here and here. Yeah, if we move the chat, we'd have infinite us.
Oof.
All right.
I don't think I want to see that.
All right, let's get started for this week. Good to see everybody in the chat. Welcome to the weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Chris.
And this week on the weekly, only games Personalizer for your multi-part minis.
Okay.
D&D Romantasy.
Okay. Why you got to do this to me at the beginning of the year?
That's coming. Bob's DCC bundle. So Bob World Builder Bob is in the YouTuber. Okay. And we'll do a 2025 postmortem, our hits and misses of 2025. So let's get started with the first thing that was kind of interesting. I got a notification on this. So MyMiniFactory, they've got their onlygames.co, and they're trying something new. So a lot of the mini producers, they do multi-part kits, so heads and arms and legs and capes and stuff. Yep. Now there's a digital builder, which looks a lot like the Hero Forge builder.
Okay.
Where you bring in a model and can swap out the heads and do different combinations. And it works pretty well. It's a pretty smooth situation. Right now it's only for PC. They say they're going to do a mobile version. The pricing is a little difficult. So you can put this together and they'll give you a digital download, the STL for $10, but it's customized exactly. They'll even do nameplates and all kinds of base effects and stuff. So you can add as much junk as you want. So yeah, you know, that's okay. The physical print is 18. And I don't think that even includes shipping, but you're going to get a one piece, printed miniature that you've kind of customized. There's like maybe 10 to 12 variations. Yeah.
So, okay. I've bought STLs from MyMiniFactory. I've had mixed success with their print on demand stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have ordered 6mm stuff, but so are they pulling from the catalog of everyone who's put stuff up on MyMiniFactory, or is this their own kind of, we've sculpted this kind of thing?
Oh, no, yeah, they're pulling from existing multi-part kits. They're only doing them, so far it's Bestiarum that is doing kind of it looks a bit Trench Crusade, kind of very like, grim, dark, nasty fantasy figures. They're only doing their one set of these miniatures, and I think they're proxies for Trench Crusade. Okay. And I think as a test, because I did notice kind of flipping through different parts and stuff, there is a little bit of what's that called? When things cut through each other.
Right. Clipping or whatever.
Clipping, yes. There is some clipping. So some combinations you can't do, like some tubes coming off of a helmet with a cape and certain things. I mean, maybe it will print, maybe it won't. And they should have, tested a lot of this, but it looked a little dicey. Yeah. Right, so some pieces clip into it, but this is an interesting new thing to try. So I'll put a link to this if you want to try this out. The price is a little rough if you were, if you're only doing a single miniature for a campaign or something of your character, maybe it's interesting, but I'm starting to get a little afraid of other people printing stuff, because there's been a whole Trench Crusade nightmare story about people getting bad miniatures from whatever company they printed. And I think that's why Trench Crusade said, we're doing physical minis. We're doing hard plastic kits, because there's not good, reliable quality control. I've even heard nightmares on Etsy of people getting completely uncured raw resin in a bag, like thrown into a mailing bag and delivered to them. They pull it out and it's all gooey. So they're touching, photo resin. So yeah, it's a mess. I think barrier to entry with the price dropped too fast. There's too many people trying to make a quick buck for 30 cents of resin. They're trying to sell something for $30 to somebody, and it's just a mess. So yeah, be careful with other people printing stuff. I think Only Games is probably as good as you're going to get, but there's a lot of shady stuff out there. But this is interesting, an interesting next step. And if this kind of works, then I think other people should consider this, like Mantic and Steamforged should consider, like, if they're going to have multi-part kits to be able to do that. And Magic, War Games Atlantic, they could do some great, you could build whole
War Games Atlantic was one of the MyMiniFactory tribes that I was thinking of, right? There's a bunch of, I'm trying to cut down on buying stuff, but there's lots of people who are doing those multi-part kits, including like War Games Atlantic. And so that's what I was wondering, okay, has Only Games kind of commissioned people to sculpt multi-part kits, or are they just kind of, they've limited it to Bestiarum games, but it sounds like they might approach other creators and be like, hey, can we add these things? And that would be pretty cool, but I mean, you can't test everything, but not everything is designed to fit together, right?
Right. And it's a bit labor intensive for them to do that, so it's going to have to be worth it in sales. So I think that's why they're kind of testing the waters here. So we'll see. But I got some New Year's reading for you if you'd like to begin a new journey, a new fiction
2026.
journey.
I'm not accepting anything sight unseen. What do you got?
Well, Penguin Random House, a really big publisher, is working in cooperation with Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons and Dragons, and they're releasing their first, what they're calling, Romantasy novel, which is, of course, romance and fantasy, the portmanteau. The Feywild Job is a new novel written by World Fantasy Award and Nebula Award-winning C.L. Polk. So this is going to be a romantasy fantasy book, and they're saying that this is a popular, wildly growing book genre. I don't know.
Romantasy?
Romantasy, yeah, I guess. And I don't even know. I've seen some stuff. I've seen some things, Chris. I'm telling you, I've seen some things. If you want to look up what is it? Morning Glory Milking Farm? Yeah, you check that out if you want.
Morning Glory Milking Farm.
Yeah, check that out. Just Google it.
This sounds like something that Google would block on like a safe search kind of thing.
It should be. It should be. That's not a D&D license, of course. That's something else. But so the book features a rogue tasked with stealing a gem called the Kiss of Enduring Love, and is teamed up with their ex-lover, a bard. The twist to the novel is that the rogue has a magical pact granting them power in exchange for never falling in love.
Look, man, I have absolutely nothing against the romance genre. Nothing. Like, go look at my bookshelf at home. I've got any number of romance books, right? My eye rolling is specifically about the D&D kind of tie-in, right?
Yes.
So many times, like we've discussed before, I'm like, what exactly is the D&D setting, right?
Right.
Sorry, man. Like, my opinion is it's more the mechanics than anything actually setting wise.
Right.
So like, what are they going to do? Talk about like, is it going to be like this dungeon crawler Carl-esque kind of thing with fantasy? Like, we're going to talk about like class and level and like Mordenkainen's crushing fist spells or whatever. Like, I don't, because like that's what D&D is. Because otherwise, it's just kind of a generic romance and a generic fantasy, I guess.
Right. So I guess it's like applying like fantasy tropes to like romance, like, a pact with a wizard that makes you never fall in love or whatever. Like,
I fully expect nothing against the author, right? I don't.
Yes,
I may have written.
they're well.
I may have read something by them. I may have not. But like, I fully expect this to be like a romance novel in the same way that there are romance settings or mechanics for D&D. In other words. They don't work, right? Like not.
I have a feeling that's coming though. That we're going to be that's going to be a new whole genre of role play. Is just like a heavily. No. We have swords, but they're just kind of like they look sexy.
That's already there. Like that's already there. Like go read any kind of like D&D forum or like RPG forum, and it's like we play D&D without rolling dice, and they're like, congratulations, you're completely ignoring the part of the game, like the game part of the game. So why are you playing that, right?
Yeah. So. Yikes. Yeah, so we'll see. So this is interesting though. This is officially licensed D&D romance. So
okay. Again,
we're there.
It's the D&D license part that is causing me to roll my eyes.
Yes.
Not the romance part.
But yeah, they're trying to mainstream, and they just did an actual play with the Kansas City Chiefs. Like there's like 4 NFL players.
Hey man,
doing
again,
a actual play. So
not knocking anybody's hobby. That just seems a little weird.
They're mainstreaming this like crazy. I don't know how they found 4 offensive linemen or whoever they chose to do that. Anyhow,
I want to see them play a game with like the Eagles.
You would watch that. Now that
I would watch that. All right.
I guess you had to be knocked out of the playoffs to have time for actual plays.
There you go.
Yeah. Oof. Anyhow, there's a bundle, a very interesting bundle. So they approached the YouTuber, Bob Worldwielder, and they are giving you a ton. This is basically a 96% off of Dungeon Crawl Classics, which are always very expensive. Dungeon Crawl Classics. So $40 for their highest tier, which does include a physical component. And that's $1,019 worth of materials.
Sorry, 119.
Oh, sorry.
Say that again?
Sorry. $40 for the highest tier.
Yep.
And that gives you 96% off, which is $1,000. $1,019. Yeah, sorry. $1,019.
$1,019. I thought I heard like 19,000.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Okay,
I think that's everything.
$1,019.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, sorry. $1,019, and it's like 97, 90, or 98, including the physical component. 98 actual PDFs and items. One of them, of course, is World Builder Bob's Scrim, his like Skyrim kind of conversion for I don't know if it's DCC or just old school, but it's everything. It's the Dying World or the Dying Earth stuff. Music of the Spheres, just everything, the Purple Planets. There's so much. So he just kind of went through and all of the interesting settings and everything for DCC selected, and even things like Grimtooth's Old School Traps collection, things like that. So there's a lot of, if you don't have much DCC stuff and you don't mind using digital stuff, this is huge. This is a huge catalog of their stuff, almost 100 items. Plus, if I think the first 7,500 people that go for the highest tier, they send you a bundle of the actual floppies. So a collection of the physical books, kind of some of their classic adventures in physical form, which are nice because they have the fun maps and stuff in them. But that's pretty crazy, and it's funny that they're combining the two, because he was very 5e guy for a while, and then the OGL kind of made him start to look at other things and put 5e aside, and now he's getting into a lot of other, and I think he was early Daggerheart testing and stuff. So yeah, this is interesting that he's doing this, but it's a great selection. So if you're interested in kind of the crazy worlds and settings for Dungeon Crawl Classics, this is an easy way to get a lot of them, plus some physical books. All right. It's time.
time for me to go. All right. See you later.
Sorry. Yeah. Before you go, let's look back at some of the wonderful things that happened in 2025.
Yep.
So we'll kind of go backwards, most recent to oldest stuff. I think we talked about so Toon is coming back, right? Steve Jackson's bringing Toon back. We've got a Ghost in the Shell RPG that is half ghost, half shell. A Godzilla RPG.
I hadn't heard about that.
And Traveler is getting a 5e. Just in case you needed that. We did see Sigil shut down this year. They called it quits. Let's see what else. That's right. I think you missed that one. I think Matt helped me with that one. Did you see that Evil Hat opened up to submissions for games?
I did not.
Yes. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. They are open. I mean, of course, they're kind of leaning towards Powered by the Apocalypse, Forged in the Dark, but they say original systems, anything, just not 5e.
Yeah. Respect, man. Respect.
Yeah,
for Evil Hat games.
Could you imagine the flood of stuff? They would take forever to sort it out if you were just accepting everything 5e. Yeah. So we had the 50th anniversary of Call of Cthulhu last year, and Old School Essentials is going to kind of sort things out, kind of make it less confusing. So they're going to put everything into 2 books, and you can kind of pick and choose what basic, expert, or advanced stuff you want to put in your
like
game.
We discussed, like after a certain amount of time, I think any rule set or game has to do that.
Yeah.
Correction. Any game or rule set that continues to release material has to do that, just to clean things up and make the entry point easier, right? Yeah. Yeah,
and I think they were getting a little confusing because I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where to start with Old School Essentials. Okay. Yeah, we're getting a 5th edition of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. We had the Invincible RPG crowdfunded. Okay, and StarCraft, the StarCraft board game, and of course,
I'm not getting into
the Dungeon Crawler Carl RPG, which I can't wait because everyone loves the Lit RPG series, and
it seems really weird. Like you had a story based on an RPG, so let's just turn.
Yeah. Oh, and we had the reveal of the CEO at War Games Atlantic, revealing, yes, in fact, I am the guy from Defiance Games that you hated so much.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't really have that much backstory, but I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive, though, that he could kind of keep that under wraps on the internet in this day and age.
Yep, good point. Yep.
That big metal table with bronze table with a bronze Gary Gygax sitting across from you, the memorial that they're going to kickstart, or they have kickstarted. I guess we'll see. So if we see in Lake Geneva a table
the one with Gary having his hand extended in such a way that you can roll dice off it.
Exactly. And we have more drama about the Diamond Distribution bankruptcy. Yeah, they affecting a lot of RPG publishers because a lot of them that was the way they got onto Amazon and things. Critical Role was able to obtain both Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford, and we got a little bit of news. They got 2 new hires. I think somebody moved up. There's a new creative director and a new. There were people that worked on a lot of third-party stuff, so they hired people. They weren't like, unless you're really into the third-party stuff, they weren't really recognizable names, but they are putting names to the design now. Yeah, so this next version will be headed by a guy that we can have a name and a face, not just a panel of designers.
Yeah. I guess respect where respect is due for actually putting people's names on the content they make, instead of being like GW being like GW stuff, or like Watsy Fi being like Watsy writer. Right?
Yes. Right, Matt Mercer stepped down as the primary GM for the critters for the Critical Role, and they didn't play Daggerheart, and we did though. That's the stupid thing. That's a stupid thing that we did this year.
Who is this we?
early in the year. Yeah, we the digital release came out, and so we played a little bit of that. The integration with the Demiplane Nexus and Roll20 was pretty impressive, though. Right. That was the only thing I was impressed by.
Well, there you go. I was just about to say, and the game itself?
Yeah, so that's the thing I've got hopes for with the Marvel Multiverse thing. It's got that same integration, so it's like going to be gorgeous character sheets that just instantly populate into Roll20 and stuff. So that's cool. We had more AI battles, of course. Come on, facing huge financial troubles, selling their IPs. So that's how Free League got Trudvang, and then the Zombicide IP went to Asmodee, and they canceled the Degenesis board game that they were doing. They're doing like a miniatures board game, so that all fell apart. And we had the horribly painted. I think they were painted as GIFs for the voice actors, and WizKids said, "Oh, sorry, their pre-painted miniatures of Baldur Gate 3 characters were so poorly done that they were kind of refunded."
Really,
and
like you're buying pre-painted miniatures, expecting them to be like. Good.
Yeah, and we had the Tomb Raider RPG canceled by Evil Hat. Yeah, Sword World is getting an official English translation. It's had a fan translation forever, and also Meow Wolf is doing that. So they're still promoting that. Exalted Funeral and stuff is still promoting. I think at some next convention, being able to play the new Meow Wolf, that installation art group,
which I still kind of want to see what.
I'm curious. What they're going to do with that, because it's going to be very experimental. Just from the description, there was some unusual mechanics, so it'd be fun to see. Yes. So what was your fondest memory of the last year?
You're talking to someone who doesn't really experience time in discrete chunks, like years.
Some Frostgrave. We had some.
I enjoyed I'll go with the Frostgrave. I enjoyed the Frostgrave. That was fun. That kind of. I still want to talk to the person we were playing with, since it was their first foray into both painting miniatures and playing a miniature war game. So I want to get his perspective on what he thought of that and kind of just thoughts, right?
So, nice. We should bring him in and talk to him. If he's
not back from vacation yet. So.
Okay. Does he record and do stuff at the work, at the job? I mean, is he comfortable like talking?
I'll have to ask.
Okay, cool. But so we had some fun, limited fun,
some
a little
limited,
bit. A little bit. We got another Hero Quest session.
Oh, we did, and that's the side of me that game is just broken. Like
it's just old.
It's a relic of its time, and that was just
But it is like, if you're like 10 years old, that is, because I remember playing the Dungeon board game and just being like, oh yes, this is exactly what I want to do. Just like, Dungeon crawling, you flip over the card and what's in the room, that kind of stuff, that, just that early kind of experience does, get you excited about doing that, and then in better ways.
No, absolutely. Like, I have fond memories of playing Hero Quest. I had a copy. I still kick myself for like not taking better care of it, and getting like thrown out. Right? Right. I also have fond memories of the advanced Hero Quest.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah. Like the one that was still partnered with Milton Bradley and Games Workshop. Like playing that at an actual Games Workshop for like an hour on a Saturday. And thanks to my dad for just standing there like. Right, and like now as a parent, I get it. It's like, all right, time to go. I'm like, no, we only went. And it's like, bro, I've been standing here for like an hour in this store of a hobby I have no interest in, doing absolutely nothing. No, kid, it's time to go. But like, I appreciate that. But then like looking at it now, it's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Well, and I think because we've had such an evolution of board games, there's so many better ways to get a taste of that genre, and like small scale card, flipping ways, and there's a lot of better takes on that. Well, just like Monopoly and Candyland and all that stuff. Like it's been defeated as far as entertaining, kids
Monopoly,
games.
Right? Like. It was designed to show you, no, this sucks intentionally, to show you how bad capitalism is, right? Like, that's the point of the game. Like, wow, this game absolutely blows, right? Like, yes, it does, kid. Hero Quest don't have that excuse, right? It wasn't made to show you how much delving an actual dungeon sucks, right?
Yes. There's like crying mother orcs, cowering behind tables. I can't believe you did that to my son. Yes, yeah, they could have.
I mean, I did enjoy getting together and playing it.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, and it's one of those things you don't have to pay too much attention to.
No, you don't.
You can just kind of have conversations in the midst of and stuff, which is So.
I sold it, but I don't have any comments on like the second edition. I haven't played it. I actually think the Fantasy Flight games, I think it was Fantasy Flight, Descent, Journeys in the Dark, was a better dungeon crawling adventure game than Hero Quest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they've done a lot of the kind of tile crawling, really nice takes on those. Command's had a couple of really nice ones. But but it's okay. We survived. We're here. Yeah, we got another year ahead of us. Maybe we'll make better use of it.
Stop.
All right, so that'll do it for this week, and 2025 is in the can. So where can people find you?
On Blue Sky or Instagram. That's Hivemind, HYVEMYND, where just look for the whole grid view of the same miniature in various states of being painted, right? Yeah, that's all it is now if you go and look, right? Yeah. So, how about you?
So yeah, you can check out Abuse Cartoons on YouTube and Twitch, and also rcharvey.com if you're interested in comics or cartooning history. And but if you like what we're doing here on the weekly, consider becoming a weekling.
The strongest of all supporters.
You can do that at patreon.com/upturnedtable. Let us know what you'd like to see on our show for updates. Vote on what we play next. We got a big poll. Oh, I didn't include Daggerheart, which is amazing because this is a Daggerheart channel. I keep forgetting that point, but so upturntable.com for everything. Upturn Table on all social media. Still doing some True Divine stuff. Tomorrow we're going to continue our Palace of the Silver Princess using the Old School Essentials rules with a new player who's never played tabletop RPG.
All right, that'll be cool, right?
Yes, so it'll be a new experience. I think he's got some computer RPG experience, but never played. So doing basic rules like an elf is an elf, a dwarf is a dwarf, and we'll see how it goes. Right? Yes, and we'll see how that goes.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So that should be fun, and they're in a really interesting spot now, trying to figure out how to go upstairs. So it'll be fun.
That is what has is like. I now believe that this is like OSR adjacent. What is the huge dilemma our group is currently facing now? How to go up these steps? Right?
Yeah,
what are you going to do? Bust out the 20-foot pole and like tap every step as you go up, right? Well, they drop a steel ball bearing down there and see which way it rolls, right? Someone empty out the water flask and see if the steps are level, right?
Yes, so we'll see. We'll see how that how it continues. But thanks for joining us. Yeah. We will be back again next week.
Later, mortals.
Goodbye. Oh, I didn't think about this part.
Where's the Steve
Bye
deck?
for now. right. Well, happy 2026. Good to be back. Thanks for coming back after us being gone for a couple of weeks. Yeah, schedules just didn't work well because the US is a Christmas holiday, so nobody was really going to be online over Christmas, and then here it's the New Year holiday, so we were kind of busy over that weekend, the following weekend, so we missed a couple of weeks. But yeah, tried to get some Trudvang in there. Yeah, and there's a whole collection of stories that I think I'm going to do the kind of Mutant Chronicles treatment to, do a little sound effects and music score, but they're probably going to go into, because they're not being seen, like YouTube isn't pushing them. I don't think they like that format, so they're not getting seen. So I'll probably put them in the members. They'll go into the members and patrons section to enjoy. But those are fun to do, and they did some really good fiction. There's also a fiction novel I forgot that they produced for, I think, the Seeds of the Vanir, the last campaign. There's a Oathbreaker is the title of the novel that is set in the Trudvang setting. So we might do some of that too, because who knows, who knows if that thing is ever going to see the light of day again after this, change of hands to Free League. So yeah, good to see everybody in the chat. Sorry, I don't have a monitor this way now. I need a cable. I'm missing a lot of components of this new setup, but yeah, but it's good to see everybody after the After the holidays. Nice. All right, let me see if I can get to the beginning of this chat here. Nice. Cool. So, yeah. Oh yeah, tell us, Lenta, that campaign was done. It was a strange company that was doing it. That's why I was a little bit afraid of it. But they did a good thing where they separated out their 5e conversion. The initial campaign, which turned me off, or the initial how they were going to release it, is 5e was going to be integrated with the classic rules, or the whichever edition, 6th edition, or whichever edition of the rules that they were. I think it's 7th edition actually, that they were doing. They were going to have both in there, and so finally they decided to separate it. But that means you get like twice as much content because they have to restat everything for 5e. But yeah, who was that tell us, Lanta? It was a maybe just a company formed just to do that. And the only thing that changed the most was funny enough the art. It has a very different look. Yeah, a very different look to it, but I think they kept the flavor, and it's like a fixed setting too. You know, it's like a fixed world. Oh, that's right, they did a Teleslanto Savage Worlds too. What was that on? Backer Kit? It was on Game Found. I think probably Backer Kit. That's why it's not finding it. But yeah, it was it's a beautiful set. It's a really, really nice set. What is all this Savage Savage World stuff? Yeah. So and the funny thing is, all the previous editions, I guess because the rights, you know, the rights bounced around for a while, and there's even like a Wizards of the Coast version, pre D&D, I believe. But who is this? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, but they did a big map. Everything Epic is the company. So Michael Secchi, the original designer, and the company that did the big campaign was Everything Epic. So they did a lot of stuff. They did art, and there's a miniature and custom dice and stuff. But this is just the big Epic box set with the big old slipcase with the big old books in it. But yeah, so it's a fixed setting, and it's the same way that basic and expert D&D work is. You go through templates to decide like what kind of character you want to play, and you customize the template, but you don't separate. You know, if it's a I can't think of any of the races, but if it's a gnomekin, you know, tinker or whatever, that's a fixed thing. Like you don't. There's a couple of different types of gnomes you can play, but the combination of the kind of their race and class is fixed. So you just have to choose that, because the way that they, you know, style the setting, like this is a more you know, warrior class, this is a more magical class, and so within sorry, race. So within those races, there's only a few, you know, types of adventurers that would come out of that. So yeah, so subclass race combos. So 90, yes. In this book there are 90. So that's probably going to take the longest time. I wonder if we should just do like a troika style, just roll a, you know, D100 and then take both versions, you know, you can swap the digits both ways and choose one of those combinations. Because that's a lot to look through. I mean, it's a little too much, I think, for like a new player. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to play in that setting. So we'll see. I need more tables, like physical tables, not tables in rulebooks. But yeah, they did a nice job of it. The artist changed a lot. So I think for the VTT stuff, there's not going to be enough assets. I noticed that a few people that did kind of one-shots or actual plays for Talislanta, the new art, there's not enough of it. So you're kind of reaching for stuff. But it would be fun to use the old art as well, because that's part of the charm and the attraction. And I think they even dedicated this new edition to the original artist that you know, did a lot of the cover art and a lot of the work for the first few versions. But yeah, that'd be fun to get back to. So what else is going on? Yeah, so we did kind of a rapid fire. Chris has a meeting to get to, so we couldn't run long today. So we did rapid fire 2025. Nice. But yeah. It was we didn't get to meet in person as much, so I'm so grateful for the online, for everybody on Discord. So grateful for that group because we wouldn't have done Dagger Hearts, yeah. We would have done Dagger Hearts, and we got to play the new Coriolis because of Arturo. That was wonderful. Yeah, we had some good stuff. Yeah, not enough in-person stuff, so that's too bad. Yeah, that's right. I think Matt is. Oh no, wait. Yeah, so the two of the players have lost characters in this in the palace so far. It's brutal. Yes. So yeah, but we'll get to do some more stuff. I'm out of town this weekend, so it's going to be a little bit light. A little bit light as far as being able to be online, but I'm amazed. I really don't like how the algorithm or whatever for YouTube works, because when I was doing streams every night, the channel just like, the subscribers went crazy, the views went crazy, like everything got much better, and the discovery obviously was much better. But that's insane. Like they want you to Twitch style, like stream at least 6 days a week, multiple days. Because some of those days it was killing me, because we would do the actual play session, then I'd be like, okay, I'll play some Trudvang Legends, and so I'd streamed, a total of like 8 or 9 hours in the day, because the sessions were long. So yeah, that is not for the that's for the young, and I guess energy drink or Adderall ridden generation. But yeah, we'll get back to that. So anybody in the chat got a oh wow. Matt's saying one time about 10 years ago, a friend ran Talislanta for us, and it seemed really cool. Yeah, the world is really fun, and they give you a bestiary and then a whole world GM book in this set, so there's a lot to consider. And you're not going to have to know the whole world. You're just gonna basically what the players the GM will just have to kind of know what the cultures and the lands that the players are kind of choosing their characters from, and then where you're going to be adventuring. But it leaves so much open. It kind of reminded me of when things were opening up with John Carter. Like there was so much in the books, and so much that they had included in that that Modifi has included in that 2D20 setting. There was a lot to keep mining from that setting, so there was so many mysteries and things to uncover. So I think that same thing with Talislanta is there'll be a lot of different types of experiences, more some sea-based stuff, some jungle-based stuff, some desert-based stuff, so you can really kind of have a big diversity of setting and kind of types of encounters, more survivally or more intrigue. So yeah, could be fun. Oh, that's tough. That's really tough. Yeah, I'm working on that though, with headphones on all the time. My hearing's not doing great. That's why I think sometimes you guys are like, I'm audio doubling, because I got my headphones jacked up so high that they're being picked up on the microphone. Yes. But yeah, so we've got some. We're going to get back to Swords of the Serpentine too. Matt's going to integrate some new stuff, some new, never before seen campaign stuff. So that'll be fun. And of course, we'll keep going back to the old school essentials anytime we have an off week, or we need schedules aren't working out. That'll be our fill-in game for a while, but that's fun. We'll have to see though, because if things go too well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how long this lasts. But I do have, I've got some other basic modules and stuff, because we can kind of go through the B series because I think it's pretty easy to link a lot of those basic modules. And so once the players are then, over third level, then we can go to the expert modules. But there's plenty of stuff to play in all that old school stuff. Lots of good stuff. It's just a matter of making it work on Roll20. Nice. Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll check on schedules. Yeah, sorry. I'll get in there on Discord. Oh, and just want to remind anybody that wants to support the channel but doesn't want to subscribe to anything or whatever. Definitely, if you are interested in anything, any of the bundles, anything on Humble Bundle, or any of our ads for the links for Miniature Market or anything, we've got that all set up for affiliate accounts. So anything that you do through our link helps a lot. So we finally made our first $2 from affiliate sales, but that's a good way to support the channel without having to commit to anything. And that's finally working. I think a lot of these companies, for a while, everyone was kind of doing their own affiliate thing, and I think it wasn't doing very well. So now they're all going under one company. So it makes it a lot easier to add people to it. So that's good. But yeah, I don't know. Well, we've got a lot of fun. Oh, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles showed up. The new version that they did. I was amazed because I thought that was going to be one of those Palladium things that just never happened. Trench Crusade has not showed up yet. All I got was the book. I didn't order any miniatures, but that's not. Yeah, people are getting those. I think in the UK, people have gotten books, and the problem is with the fulfillment. A lot of people, the Trench Crusade is turning into a whole thing. There was some wargame YouTuber that just announced, "I'm not covering this game. I'm done with it." And it's just been frustrating. Not like politics stuff or anything. It's just the quality control of these 3D printed miniatures that were done for the campaign were handled really, really badly. People are getting really inferior products, if they're getting products at all. A lot of mistakes with orders and stuff. It's just not being handled well. So I thought that, because we had talked about them switching to the company behind Trench Crusade switching to plastic model kits. And I think they're just doing it so have some better quality control. It's amazing to think that China is better quality control than whatever 3D printing. But I think, 3D printing is in a weird state right now where there's just a bunch of, just like AI and everything, a bunch of scammers and a bunch of hacks trying to make a quick buck on it, figuring they can just, spend a couple $1,000s and do cheap 3D printing farms that they can just, crank stuff out, because Etsy is full of 3D printed stuff, and there's no, they have the rating system and whatever reviews and stuff, but that's the only quality control that there is, and otherwise you're going to deal with some really nasty stuff. So it looks like whoever the Trench Crusade people partnered with are not reliable, not good. They couldn't handle actually fulfilling this campaign. People are saying that a big problem with the design of the STLs themselves is if they have, and there's a word that they use in 3D, but it's like the chambers inside where unhardened, UV exposed resin can pool and sit. So you can get a miniature that has one of these reservoirs. I guess it's like a reservoir inside of uncured resin. You paint this model, you play with it, and then one day it just cracks open and that gunk pours out, and hopefully you don't develop an insane allergy to it immediately. But they're having those kinds of problems with the larger miniatures. It just sounds really, really bad. So they're taking a beating currently. Sorry. Trench Crusade is taking a beating in their crowdfunding pages and on social media, and that's the problem. It's like, this could have been a legitimate, and people wanted it to be a legitimate competitor to 40K, but if you can't execute, if you don't work with reliable people, it's just not good. And it's too bad. It's too bad that we see this happen, like stuff with a lot of potential, or people get a license, they license an IP or whatever and do a release, and then they just fumble it. They just can't get stuff fulfilled, and it really turns people, all that logistical stuff turns people against the product and the game itself, and it's not really the quality of that's the problem. It's not being able to follow through with physical goods. Yeah, I don't know. Very strange. But yeah, we'll try to dip back into Talislanta. That might be fun. I'm not sure if anybody, because I don't think on the crowdfunder they did an assets, like a VTT assets thing. So it's going to be a lot of hand-built stuff. But that works well because we mostly online we're mostly playing kind of theater of the mind stuff, so we don't have to worry about having too much. I just always want to have something visual to help a little bit with if my descriptions are failing. But yeah, that's good. So yeah, let me get the chat. Oh, nice. Matt made some made some money off of Wheel of Time. So they did a 5e conversion of Wheel of Time. That's pretty good. Yeah, people even after that Amazon series, people are still loving those books, huh? That was a travesty of a series. Cool. All right, but yeah, so I'll be doing some more stuff. So yeah, tomorrow we'll be back with the Palace of the Silver Princess, and we'll see what happens to the characters. We'll see which of their relatives come back to visit. But yeah, and then and we'll talk about some scheduling stuff. I think we've got then the week after. I think we will have Back to Swords. So that will be fun. Yeah, I'm so envious of what Matt was describing. Will's got basically a game room that they meet at to do board games and in-person stuff. That's nice. We got to set up here, but it's just like nobody's schedule works. Everybody had kids like all at the same time, so everyone's little kids are keeping them from getting out, after work or getting out on weekends. Yeah, because that's the problem with kind of Japanese work culture is Sunday is everybody's day off. Like kids go to school 6 days a week. A lot of people work 6 days a week. So the only day off you have, if you want to make that a gaming night, you're going to have to like abandon your family or do something during the day with your family and then come do gaming at night, which is exhausting depending on your age and energy level. But yeah. Yes, but some fun new stuff. And yeah, so check out anybody that's on the did I put it inside or outside the page? I might have put it on the outside because I wanted the free signups to see it and everything too. But take a look at the poll on Patreon. Actually, let's see how it's doing because I think it was a split. Whenever it splits pretty even when there's not enough responses. Okay, what do we got here? Yes, it's neck and neck. So, Mutant Chronicles. All right, so Mutant Chronicles, the 2D20, Cyworld's got a vote, Talislanta, and of course Vaesen, the Return of Nils. Everyone's voted for. So yeah, is this I think it's, if this isn't public, let me make it public so we can oh yeah, no, it's to, yeah, everything, it's free. Yeah, free access, so everybody should see it. Yeah, so send anybody that if they watch our actual plays or whatever, interested in that. Send them our way. Oh, and I didn't do that. Sorry. I'll do that next week in super delayed mode. But new patron. So thank you to our new patron. We'll get your name up on the screen. So Charles, thank you so much for becoming a patron, a chronicler for Upturned Table. Much appreciated. And yeah, I'll start getting that Trutfang stuff, and I'll do the audio as well for the RSS feeds. So that will be up there as well. But yeah, and I can do, then I can do that as a podcast too for YouTube. So we'll try that because they do that annoying thing now when you want to build a playlist for videos. They say, well, do you want to make it to the playlist or a podcast? Because they integrated, Google Podcasts and YouTube now. What a move. What a move. Oh, nice, nice. Matt voted for the return of Nils. Yeah, we got to work that out because I've got some good content now. I've got some good, uh, some good mysteries we can continue with. We've got that whole other collection, and then we've got the other locations, Eastern Europe, and then the UK. But then we also have the collection of the seasonal ones, and then Stockholm as well. We can kind of climax. We can finish off with the big mystery that can drag everybody to Stockholm to solve the problems with the origins of the it's not the agency. What is it? The group. It's been too long. It's been too long. But yeah, that'd be fun. Nice. Oh yeah, yeah. There you go. That's a Arturo's got the idea. Yeah, and that's what some people have done when we met Sunday during the day. It's like I got the kids, so can I bring them? And yeah, we set up a table, and there's a lot of coloring going on, and then there's a lot of can I roll the dice? I think Chris had that. Chris's daughter was rolling d20s in Frostgrave for a little while. That was fun. All right, but yeah, I still don't understand that. I keep seeing these options for streaming. You can stream multiple, both orientations, landscape and portrait, but you can't set up for both. So are they going to like split the screen and like stack it or something? It's like, or they're just going to take, you just going to, oh, there we go. I think I solved it though. If I put the TV in the middle, then we have a narrow version of the show. So stupid, but I don't understand. Like nobody can set up unless you're doing multi-camera stuff for both orientations. So it doesn't make any sense because you can't do a two-shot on a vertical thing, unless I don't know. It's already I see them doing two shots where it's like two boxes, two squares, one on top of each other, and they're kind of like kind of looking at each other off the border. But nice. Yes, Calarion voted for Cyworld. I knew it. I suspected as much. Yeah, I really, yeah, I that would be really fun to play because I think there's some fun, like if you guys have seen Scanners or like even like X-Men, I think like kind of works well with that kind of like powers manifesting and then you deciding whether or not you're going to kind of join this like movement. Yeah. So that would be very cool. Yeah, and I think I would want to lean into the scanners part of it, where like you're dealing with like a rogue group of assassins, because assassination, psionic assassination, is pretty awesome. Baby's first dungeon crawl. Yeah, right. Yeah, let the kids play with HeroScape. Good idea, Matt. Yeah, but we'll get to some stuff this year. Yeah, and it's just great that we've been able to meet as often as we can, and even a few times, twice a week. So yeah, that's been fun to have stuff going on. But yeah, I'm surprised. I want to read over a little bit more, but I think it would be really fun because that's why I put it as an entry on there. The starter set for the Marvel Multiverse is Planet Hulk, and that could be a super gonzo setting. Like everybody, like superheroes forced to be gladiators, basically. That could be a really fun way to start a campaign and an alien, kind of cosmic alien weird world setting, and not kind of get away from anything that the Marvel movies or animation or anything, or even the comics are doing, because I like that's the only stuff I've really enjoyed recently from Marvel is their old like weird 2099 line, or like Cosmic Ghost Rider, like so Cosmic Ghost Rider, if nobody's followed any of this Marvel stuff, so Cosmic Ghost Rider is Frank Castle, so Punisher. I think he died, and or he became the Ghost Rider. He inherited whatever that magic, that curse or whatever that makes you the Ghost Rider. So he became the Ghost Rider, but then he became Galactus's herald. So he's got the cosmic power, cosmic force that Silver Surfer had, as Galactus's herald, but I think he rebelled from Galactus, still somehow, the power cosmic, that's right, still somehow has the power cosmic. Then he decided that he was going to, and I think this came from that that era in social media where people were doing the baby Hitler thing. So then he decided he was going to travel back in time to kill baby Thanos. So before Thanos grew up. But when he got there, he thought baby Thanos was adorable and they had a bond. And so there's this whole like lone wolf and cub storyline of cosmic Ghost Rider with baby Thanos like traveling the galaxy. So that kind of stuff for Marvel, that stupid nonsense, is the most fun. That kind of gonzo, just like what the hell. So that would be a fun thing to do with that system, because I think that system plays well where you can have somebody, you can have like Hawkeye and Silver Surfer like actually, you know, playing together, and they scale it in this weird THAC0 kind of way where you know, target numbers that you need scale insanely up, but you have all these bonuses that even rolling that 3d6, you know, you're everybody rolling just 3d6, it still kind of scales well. So yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be fun to. I just want to play it as stupid as possible, because I don't think it's a good game to take seriously. Because yeah, it's just silly. But yeah, that's some of the more wacky Marvel stuff would be fun to do. And also too, the thing I'm more interested in is comparing the superhero, because we're going to get outgunned. It'd be fun to do that in Outgunned too. Try to do, you know, scratch all the serial numbers off, but try to do like a Planet Hulk Outgunned and a Planet Hulk Marvel, and see how that goes. And they do have the like I was saying, like Longshot City. That's more like kind of set to be. It doesn't get gonzo, but it's set to be kind of, you know, classic superhero stuff in a city, like crime fighters in a city kind of stuff. But still with the Troika vibe, the you know, kind of take the tropes and kind of, you know, build them how you'd like. So yeah, we'll see if we do any superhero stuff. Oh, and I did the unboxing. Like I did the unboxing for that, but Household, the second volume came, and of course it's beautiful, and it's they did a nice job, you know, expanding the world with it getting, because there's the storyline expands as well too. So there's kind of the one group that leaves the house, and so there's like a wilds version of this one of the groups from the house itself. So there's yeah, they do some nice stuff with it, and yeah, all the components are just beautiful. But of course it costs a fortune to ship, and then they hit you with the tariffs in Japan, because anything that's a board game now gets a 20% bite, or 15%, sorry, 15% bite. So that sucks with when their things are as expensive as Two Little Mice produce. But yeah, but so the Outguns, yeah, superheroes showing up, I don't know, maybe this year. I think it's scheduled sometime for this year. That would be nice. But they've got so much stuff on their plate. That's amazing, because they just finished that Twilight Sword campaign, and who knows where they're going next. But now that they've got the cooperation with Free League for Outgunned, that might help things, yeah, go easier. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. Well, cool. Well, how was everybody's holiday? Yeah, Villains and Vigilantes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we definitely have to do some old school superhero stuff, and then this like new 3d6 kind of version, and compare those kinds of systems, because I think it's going to vary for each player because of their idea of like superhero role play and stuff. But what feels the most, you know, superhero, what feels the most, because I think Outgunned has a huge advantage of just that, you know, pushing your luck and all in and all that craziness that you can do with that. But I'm interested in how the kind of lose your power, or like, you know, how the grit, the thing that functions as grit in that system works, because you kind of lose your powers, you kind of become you know, kind of impotent for a bit once you've maxed out on damage and things. So yeah, I wonder how that feels in, like, you know, superhero brawling and, you know, throwing buses at each other or whatever, how that would work. But and then the character creation. I mean, that's the thing. I've been watching the old Venture Brothers, and it's Ben Edlund, the guy from the Tick, the creator of the Tick, that was working with them as a writer. And of course, that means all of the superhero names are super on point. Like they're really, really good superhero kind of parody characters. But that's going to be the most fun, is creating the original characters and coming up with the ridiculous name with like a weird pun in it or something. So that'd be good. Oh, that's right. That was the other one, Invincible. That's right. Because they do that. The rules for Invincible might be interesting. We can get. I think we can probably get that digitally and set that up pretty quick too. That might be a thing like Dagger Hearts that we can try and just do it all digital. But yeah, it's got the kind of action thing and then social, like you go between, your hero stuff and your social stuff. So yeah, that might be an interesting combination. Yeah, Matt, I think that's interesting. Yeah. Ben Edlund is awesome. And you can just tell that, even if you didn't know he was working on that show, you could just tell by the names of the superheroes and all of the like David Bowie references and stuff in Venture Brothers. That's, if you haven't seen Venture Brothers and you like any of that old, like it's a kind of a Johnny Quest, like even there's some Marvel kind of parodies, like Agents of Shield kind of Nick Fury stuff. There's a character that's Hunter S. Thompson. Like there's so much incredible mashup of silly parody stuff. And of course they make fun of old Scooby-Doo stuff. Like there's a ton of fun parody in there. It's just a shame they did like that last season before they were canceled. They did that weird thing that Archer did, where they just kind of made all the characters, like they almost changed the genre of the show and like fixed it to this weird, like pulpy noir superhero thing. And like, okay, that's an episode or a little arc of that would be okay, but it was a whole season where they were in New York, and it's just that was not fun. I think they were coming to the end or just getting too bored with the setups they had before. But good stuff. No way. Oh man. Nobody gets Matt's Tick references. Yeah, that was a great comic. And they did okay. The cartoon, did a pretty good, I think it was like a Saturday morning cartoon, or like a after school cartoon. Did a pretty good job of recreating that. And then they did a couple of live action, and what's his face, the voice of Brock on Venture Brothers, in one of the shows, and maybe that was like the network show, he played the Tick. But well, that was the thing though, because they paid the money for the face, the recognizable face. They cut his whole face out, so they didn't do the Tick costume, where he's got the kind of like the Batman cowl. They cut his whole face out so you could see that it was the actor. You could see the actor's face, and so his voice was good for the Tick, and the writing was pretty good on that show. But that was weird that and it's just like the problem they have with all that superhero stuff. Like you got to have so much respect for the actor that played Judge Dredd in Dredd, because he didn't take the helmet off, and everybody else, the first thing they want to do, and that's why they're doing all that CG where Robert Downey Jr.'s like helmet goes on and off. Like every time he quips, his helmet goes off and then goes back on. Like they have to show the face because they're paying for those faces, they're paying for those likenesses. So that's the thing that's like not good about superheroes, is you don't want it to be a voice acting role, because then they don't get paid as much. Nice. But yeah, it's great to be back, and we'll get back to our weekly everything in the new year. But yeah, good stuff. Lots of reading. Lots of reading to do. Nice. But yeah, so it was great to catch up with everybody, and keeping a Carl Urban, thank you. Yeah, Carl Urban, that was so cool. Yeah, and he was the only Tokyo Comic Con that I exhibited at before they raised the prices into oblivion. He was on stage talking Dredd, stuff, and that was when they were in early talks of the show and everything. Yeah, that was that was a really weird. So the Comic-Con itself, I definitely have talked about this before, but that was years ago. The stage, so they didn't have halls. It was just in a big convention center. So they didn't have it's not a hotel thing. So they didn't have like the exhibit halls or, the hall H, like in San Diego. So they put a stage in the middle of the floor, and that's where the celebrities got it. So everybody could hear them because they're, talking on microphones on the PA. So everybody can hear the question and answer and everything going on the main stage. You can just kind of turn around and they're like right there on the stage behind you. And it was so funny. Like, so many of the, and they paid big bucks to get a bunch of Marvel actors, and Stan Lee came a few times. I can't even imagine what they paid him in his 90s to fly to Japan. But they're obviously, people were drunk and they were trying to speak Japanese. We got all this like funny Japanese, and the guy that played from Guardians, that played the blue guy in Guardians, Michael, shit, where is he? Michael Rooker. He was the best. He was the funniest. I think he had a little bit of sake, and he was doing his best Japanese to the interviewers and everything. Yeah, he was a riot on stage. He was really fun live. Yeah, but the tickets are super expensive for that thing. And I think because they pay big bucks, and it just became unaffordable because the hotels and stuff in Tokyo are crazy expensive now. There's nothing under $200 a night, and that's literally like an army cot and a plastic shower, like a business hotel. But they just raised the table prices to a booth and tables had like these outrageous prices. So it's like, okay, I guess you just want corporately sponsored people. You don't want any indie stuff, which is, I think, Japan's thinking. There's a huge, like, okay, do your little, amateur comic doujinshi thing, and we may farm some of you for the industry, and then here's all the Bandai Namco, all the, the big boys, the big corporate crap. So Comic-Con, they didn't know how to mix that. That San Diego's a lot better than that, although I think that's failing as well. But doing like an artist alley and then a small press section and stuff, they still support like all scales of publishers. Talking old now, inside baseball, old guys stuff. Nice. Yeah, good stuff. But yeah, I guess we're not getting a Dredd, a Judge Dredd series now, are we? And what happened to Eisenhorn? And Conan got killed by Amazon. Is that ever going to come back? Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff that we lost out on. Although the way things are produced now, maybe it's for the best. Maybe it'll be better. Yeah, once people can do. It's not like, production by committee, and there's not like horrible studio notes that fuck everything up. But yeah, so we will be back soon with more nonsense. Oh yeah, before I go, I don't think this will work very well, but I brought this up, so I may as well show you guys. Just get some use out of putting the TV here. This is the interface. So this is the onlygames.co. It's only dash games, isn't it? Yeah. There's a hyphen in there. Oof. So right now they only have this Bestiarum multi-part kits, but this is what the interface looks like. So it reminded me a lot of Hero Forge kind of stuff. But they do a pretty good job. I mean, it's like you could make I guess a skirmish force or whatever, but you're going to be spending like 5 or 6 minis is going to be like $100. So I don't know, but yeah, see, here's the wait, can you even see this? Wait, let me look on the streaming to see if you can see this. So good. Okay, well, you can't see it very well, but it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. So it's a pretty nice interface, pretty nice character interface, and everything is swappable, and they give you lots of different choices for stuff. But like we said, there's a lot of pieces that really aren't compatible because there's some pass-through kind of issues. But yeah, and this does look very like you're just making trench pilgrims, trench crusade kind of stuff. But I want, and see, there's even a background. You see the like the little Gothic towers and stuff in the distance. But they give you a lot of different. So this is the Repentant, and what else do we have? Oh, we just have the Repentant. Yeah, the Penitent Crusader. And they give you, base effects and all kinds of silly stuff. But a lot of stuff, like it isn't that compatible because it buries their feet, or their feet are off the edge of things. So you have to kind of go in and tweak it. And they do nameplates. So yeah. I mean, I don't know. Not having to touch any 3D printing and getting, hopefully, a decent quality model. Although that was the thing that Hero Forge had a big problem with, because they whatever their technology was, they're pretty brittle, so they had to send them, they had to ship them weirdly, and a lot of them didn't survive. And I think that was the same technology that they let you remember back in the day when they let you print your World of Warcraft character. That was the same weird technology. So I think things have gotten better. That ABS like resin and stuff is a lot more durable, but still they have to get it to you, all in one piece, not too messed up. So I don't know if that's worth $18 plus shipping. It's not quite Games Workshop prices, but it's not going to be the same quality either. So, and no bits. It's going to be one piece. So yeah, I thought this is an interesting, attempt at doing this. It's going to be so much work to get like an entire army or entire lines of multi-part kits. But it would, be a cool thing for War Games Atlantic to do, because they've got so many multi-part kits, and it'd be great to just be able to build a skirmish team and have them print it. Although $18, I don't know. Yeah, but we'll see where this goes. This just might be a proof of concept, and we never see anything about it again. But yes, okay. So I can't have this monitor in front of this monitor, so we'll get this figured out. Oh yeah, Matt said, yeah, HBO should do Conan. Yeah, that would be great. It'd be good if they could find another actor that could pull off Conan. Like, it's not going to be, the John Milius, Schwarzenegger Conan. They're gonna have to come up with another way to do it and get it across. They did a Conan in that '90s trend of Hercules and Xena Warrior Princess and all stuff. They did a Conan series in that same production company, and the guy they chose, and so it's just like not great. So they really have to cast it perfectly. And you would think that Khal Drogo, the what's his name, the Aquaman, you would think that Aquaman would have been okay for that, because he's a big guy, but just I just think, yeah, they just handled that so wrong. And the thing that really was weird about that 2011 Conan movie is he's big, but everybody that they put around him was bigger, so he looked tiny. Like he didn't look very formidable at all, and was kind of just too jokey, and that whole script was garbage. But yeah, I thought that would have worked better. But they really, like, they have to cast like somebody that's just got that perfect mix of like weird exoticness that Arnold has, but also like you identify and can like hold your attention, which I don't think Aquaman can. I've never seen, I can't remember the actor's name, but Aquaman has not been able to solo a movie all that well. Although I guess those Aquaman movies made a lot of money, but those were almost ensemble things. He just doesn't hold it. Although he would, I want to see him as Lobo. I would like to see if he pulls off a Lobo look. Although it's just going to be him with a cigar. It's just going to be Aquaman with a cigar. Yeah, we'll see. And we've got whatever. I don't think that's coming until what did they say? 2028, 2029 or whatever, but the, Warhammer stuff that Amazon is supposedly doing that could collapse at any moment. As soon as Superman says, actually, that's gonna be it. They're gonna close up shop once he gets does the lore dump on on the Amazon writers. All right. Well, it was good to see everybody back again. Jason Momoa, that's right. Momoa, yes, as seen in Haggard Darts. That's right. We had a Jason Momoa character. Yeah, that name totally. I was just like, yeah, I never would have pulled. He just doesn't look like a Jason, okay? Yeah, I never would have pulled that. Jason Momoa. We got to get back to oh man. We got to get back to that world sometime as a joke. Maybe we'll do a drunken Daggerheart stream. Bring those characters back. All right. But yeah, let's do this again next week. And yeah, thank you to all the members and patrons, and to our new patron, Charles. Much appreciated. We'll be back with some more stuff. Yeah, I've got some. I'll do some flip throughs of the new stuff. Take a look at the Talislanta set. Look at the Marvel set, both the starter set and everything. It seems like the only thing I don't like about the Marvel game, even though they have character creation, they lean really hard into the pre-gens of their, their famous heroes. I don't know who wants to play them though. That's an odd thing. That was like, well, that's why I didn't like what Outgun did with their superhero quick start, because we played the quick starts before with adventure and stuff and enjoyed that, but they just made that almost an actual scene from a Marvel movie. Oh, here's female Doctor Strange, and here's, just like it just made him too close to just the actual characters, and didn't show off like the freedom that you have in types of character creation and stuff. But yeah, I think being able to do, and I think that's where like villains and vigilantes will excel, because I remember them doing a nice job of being able to do interesting, strange kind of character combinations and stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, superheroes, our superheroes on the menu in 2026. All right. So take care, everyone. Thank you as always. Couldn't do this without you. And get online tomorrow and watch us play some old school essentials with a new, completely, I don't know if we should use the term virgin, we should use the term inexperienced, novice. It'll be fun. Have them feel hey, there we go. To have them feel that old school flavor and be like, wow, that's really lethal. All right, so take care. See you again soon. Goodbye.